realize that we have a lot of ideas, and everybody's very like, we want to do stuff. So how to do this? Because we have a lot of ideas, and because it doesn't matter if we have a lot of ideas or not, it matters what you guys need in terms of technology improvement. We need to create a clear process to be able to absorb all your ideas and transform them into projects. Our ideas as well, but be able to consult with you. So our first task, or the first thing that we're going to do is before Christmas, Piet is going to start spreading around a document or a methodology that he knows, and we're going to talk about it, make a Skype meeting, and by January, yes, the new year, we're going to have a webinar explaining to you guys how you can transfer knowledge to us. Okay, is that correct? Yeah. Okay, good. Does anybody want to talk?
Yeah, maybe to share my experience in the last 3 years, something that I think I did not do good was listening to the people in the field. What are your problems? What is issues? And see if we can find technological solutions for that. That step has been missed. There's been a lot of great research being done, but the real focus of the vision is really to solve your problems that you encounter in the field and find technological solutions. So having that as a focus, we will set up a process where we make sure that in the future when we do research projects, they're actually contributing to this mission or goal. And yeah, from the beginning of January we will explain to you so that you get acquainted and feel comfortable with this process of how we communicate. You guys that need, yeah, how we do that. So that we will lock each other and have a few meetings and come up with proposals. We prepare and have a webinar in January to show you that proposal of how we will want to work with you together and how the interfaces are and stuff like
that. We'll try to make it not like filling forms after forms, but trying to make it nice and simple.
Yeah, something simple, something very easy. Yes, no bureaucracy. We don't like bureaucracy in this group, actually. There's a parallel thing about a platform. I'll explain to you later when I finish this part. So that's our objective, like very concrete short-term objective with a deadline. We think that by March or April, we're going to be able to collect information with you guys and be able to shape up projects. Which we will be sending to the fundraiser sometime within that time frame in order to see if there's any funding out there. But it doesn't matter the funding. What matters is we're probably going to be able to have projects shaped up so we can start collaborating and cooperating and running them. So we would like within 6 months' time to be able to have these proposals pretty much shaped up and yes, well, have these things shaped up with the subject. What subject? The division.
Yeah, like the working groups within.
Yeah, since the technology group is it's a very eclectic working group. There's a lot of people doing a lot of different stuff. We have like project responsibles within the working group. We have towers, which is Pete. We have wind turbines, which is Costas. Jorge is doing practical applications. We've hired Esteban without consulting him to do industrialization. We'll talk about it if you want to be there or not. And I'll be in electric systems. Which means basically when you want to talk to the technology working group, you can go in, try to find a web page in the wind empowerment, have a little page doing wind empowerment, and you can find us and you can find our strategies if you want to talk straight to them. Or if you want to talk to a work group coordinator, you can talk to him. So this is our 6 month, more or less, deadline to have proposals, to have being able to implement this methodology, get all the data that you guys can give us, and try to shape up proposals. And by 1 year, what we really would like is to have a project running, at least one. And let's not be too ambitious. At least one project running in 1 year time.
if I can compliment
yes,
on that. So basically, to give you a tip of what's going on, we see it as a 4-step approach. Step 1, we get your problems. Step 2, we prioritize them, filter them, categorize them with a small board of different disciplines, specialized people. We will try to brainstorm for solutions, write project proposals. In those project proposals there will also be resource allocation. So do we need a student? Do we need somebody who knows about wind turbines? On a daily basis, how many weeks an hour, stuff like that. We have templates for that. So that's step 2, shape the project proposals. Step 3 is execution. I'm missing a step.
That was 4.
It was step 3, the proposal. Brainstorming was step 2. Step 3 was...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Allocate to step 3.
was,
Allocation is step 3.
Allocation. So find the right people that can do that project, and that's very important because for such cross-functional collaborating, we can only start with the project once the resources are allocated. So we are not going to start a research project if it's not covered with the means that we need to do it. There can be people and finances, stuff like that. So that's step 3, see if we can allocate the resources. And step 4, once you have that gate, we have the resources, then it's a go. So these are basically the 4 steps. Problems, finding solutions, finding the resources, that means people and money, and 4, go, execute. So when we're talking about we want to have the first proposals out there in March-April, these will be project proposals that mirror the problems that are in the field. Because at the moment we're already having ongoing research projects going on. So we're in a transition phase. So when we talk about March-April projects, we're talking about those that come from the field to us, that went through that process.
Yes.
So that's like the half-year, short-term thing, setting up the process.
Sounds great. Thank you. And within 1 year, we want to have at least 1 project running, and then we start to become ambitious. You know. So the ambitious part is, in long term, we want to have a global project, at least 1. So by the end of the first year, we'd like to have a 6 global project, 6-pack, 6 global projects within 1 pack that we can actually try to go out and fundraise. Jessica will try to go out and fundraise for us. And when we start the next conference, we want to be able to have a project that's going on simultaneously in several countries. We gave an example. It was towers. Like let's make a project towers. India, Brazil, France. 3-4 countries. 6 different projects. Put them in a pack and try to finance them. That's like the
6-pack is the marketing side of it. We'll first go to Heineken and see if they will sponsor us. But it's a framework agreement, or a framework sponsoring 6 projects in 1 agreement or sponsoring. Can go in details there.
Yeah. And the parallel thing, because I want to get a chicken, the parallel thing is the platform. We thought about platform. We need a platform for sharing information, for putting all the data that we get from our research out there. We thought about a wiki, rewriting manuals, and all this stuff, but I see that everybody's thinking about the same thing. So we're going to cooperate with everybody, education group. We're going to cooperate with
One last thing. In the last 3 years, we've noticed that there are a lot of frequent asked questions. New people coming in the wind turbine fields, how do you string batteries, stuff like that. This is something that we need to continue doing and filter that and pick it up. We have not found out what's the best way forward, especially because we're all together. But we do identify that there's a need that we get that up as soon as possible.
Yeah. So it's only the corporate technology group.
And we would like to not wait 2 years to meet again.
Yes.
So we would like to meet in 1 year.
Yes.
Together to figure out, what's going on, what can we share between each other.
Yeah.
And
as a working group or as everyone?
As a working group. Well, everybody can attend, but it's
but this is getting
like a technology sub-meeting, yeah?
Something like that.
We feel a need for that.
Yeah.
very quick question, Tom.
I was going to say, at our university, there's like half a semester they run design projects where companies or organisations suggest projects and then a group of students work on them. So it might not be a big thing, but like we've been thinking for a while how we can try and suggest more projects. But we need to separate from the WIN project group, so it could be good if like, it might not be the big ones, but some smaller design projects could just be given to us and you could work. And how it works is as an advisor in the university, as an advisor from the organisation. So when you guys get to the consultant or whatever, and working with the team, and that's the kind of thing that would happen every single year. So it's good if the student project is okay. We can set that in place, and the structure's already there. So all it is suggesting ideas, and then
Yeah, that's how I operate also with the TU Delft. So once you actually have written this proposal, which also has a resource allocation, you have them on the shelf, so to speak. And then if a student comes to you, and I think every 2 weeks a student comes to me, I actually cannot handle the students, I have to send them away. Which is a shame, but there's just nobody to supervise. That's always the hard part, to get a clarification, really clarification of who's going to do the supervising, how many hours a week do you think it's going to take, and I see that in universities there's this accepted culture that nobody's really supervising. I don't like that. It should not be like that. So, but once we have these proposals on the shelf, when the student comes, who's an electronic engineer, we see if it fits the resource and if we have enough capacity to start off a project. But there needs to be a clarification session, including the professor, a PhD guy or whatever, and also one of the WIN department members who would like to volunteer to supervise for that specific competence that he has that is needed for that project.
We have a lot of questions.
More questions over lunch, I think. Otherwise, we'll be late for the field trip. What time is the bus coming, Costa?
John. I have a general question.
A general question, okay.
How is this exchange between the working groups going to be done? Is it through the other coordinators? And then also, how do you get the other members of WIN department in touch? Is it very separately, or and how to organize this also?
The other members, as in those that have not attended the conference? It's good. Yeah, good question. I guess we're putting up these videos that we're taking now and the abstracts and the presentations that we've had here. I think we have to leave it up to the member organisations that take an interest in looking at those and wanting to get involved. The working groups, I'm hoping that we can create a part of the WIN Empowerment site for each working group that can be managed by the working group coordinators in the way that they see fit. That way, if other people from the other members see that working group page and are interested in it, they can contact the working group coordinators. And equally well, if the working group coordinators know someone in particular who would be really useful in their working group who wasn't able to attend here, they have to seek out that person and invite them to look at the page and see whether they want to be involved.
It will be a mix of push and pull information. But we need a communication plan also for all the operation. We already had, actually most of our time was on the information, the communication plan, and clear responsibilities of everybody in the org chart, also for the information flow, push, pull and stuff like that. So we did not filter it all out in one, but we had some fundamental framework consensus in that sense.
So who ended up being the coordinator for the technical work group? Luis? So who is the secretary then? Who is the secretary?
Within the
working group.
So you're the technology working group within the technology work groups?
Yes. Say it again.
You're the technology working group within the technology work groups?
He's the coordinator of the technology working group.
But then there's the technology working groups coordinator.
Yeah, but that also involves
And that's you.
And,
That doesn't make sense though. And you've got two people doing the same thing.
we have
There will be. We have to sign this. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.